New at 10, we're now hearing from a woman who ran into an Airbnb to help this Union High School athlete who was accidentally shot at a house party Sunday.
Police say 17-year-old Jarek Wadey was shot in the neck at that party where teens were smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, and playing with guns. We learned tonight Wadey is now out of the hospital. This afternoon, I went to the East Tulsa neighborhood where it happened and spoke with the woman whose noise complaint quickly turned into an urgent call for help.
I was praying over him and, just making sure that he kept squeezing my hand and, that I was applying the pressure.
Anna Wunderlich, who lives in the Hoover neighborhood near 24th and Sheridan, says Sunday took an unimaginable and tragic turn.
I was sitting in my living room at 11 and all of a sudden it just got really loud next door.
Wunderlich says she could hear kids yelling and it sounded like a party at the Airbnb, something she says is not uncommon, so she called the non-emergency police number to report the noise.
I came outside while I was on the phone with non-emergency and I was like, wait, these kids are yelling that someone's been shot.
Without hesitation, she ran into the home.
I think it was more like my fight or flight response, and I knew that it was a kid. I saw blood on the floor, and then I see a boy and a couple kids on the bed, and the boy was laying on the bed, and I thought he was dead.
That boy was 17-year-old Jarek Wadey, and with first responders en route, she looked for signs of life.
And I was like, hey, squeeze my hand, please, squeeze my hand if you can hear me. And he started to squeeze my hand. I was holding the towel on his neck, and they told me he had been shot in the neck.
She says she was relieved to find out he survived and now wants to know how something like this happened.
I want to know where that kid got the gun and who booked the Airbnb.
Wunderlich says someone needs to be held accountable, and she's thankful we're talking about Wadey's recovery and not a funeral.
It just reminds me that it was a bunch of kids, and they were all scared. When I went in there, they were terrified.
TPD says the 17-year-old suspect ran from the scene but later turned himself in. He faces charges of reckless discharge of a firearm and minor in possession of a firearm.